welcome to Midlife Magic, a unique channel for unique women. I'd like to invite you to just get present in the here and now and leave all of your other to-dos, your chores, lists in your head. Just let that all settle for now and be with me in the here and now. Today's subject is mindless, mindful, and mindful. So where are you in this journey? Are you mindless, just going through the motions? Are you mindful with a mind that is so full of so much that you can't even begin to imagine what the next step is? Or are you mindful in the very moment, in the present? Let's think of it as going to school. The mindless, well, first we're going to do what the actual definitions are. So mindless is acting or doing without justification and without concern for consequences. Or it's so simple and repetitive, it's just performed automatically. You're going through the motions. Mindful is picture yourself as an adult. It's all future focused. It can be messy, sad, overwhelming, unproductive. It increases stress and anxiety. For every 2 things you get done, there's 3 more to do. And you just got so much going on in that mind that you just can't even think. And then we have mindful. Picture a child. They are now focused. It's the right now, the right here, the immediate. If they fall, they cry. If you give them ice cream, they smile and they eat it. They love it. They are in the very moment at any time. Generally, if you are mindful, it'll feel calm, it'll feel nice. It's living in the moment and being fully aware of our inner and outer experiences. And when you are mindful, you observe your thoughts and feelings from a distance without judging them as good or bad. They just are. So how do we go from being mindless or mindful to mindful? Well, we start small. We have become so conditioned to try and do everything for everybody all the time that we forget to stop and smell the roses. How long has that saying been around? And it still is so very, very true. So we want to make sure that you can incorporate this into your life and that it will be valuable. You will succeed at it. You don't need another thing to beat yourself up about. We already do that way too much every day, sometimes all day long. All those things that we didn't get done, all those reminders that we didn't remember. So we want to make sure that we set you up for success. And we want to have fun doing it. So let's start small. Grade school level. 5 minutes a day. Then as you graduate and you get more comfortable with that 5 minutes, give yourself the graduation and take 10 minutes a day. Usually after you graduate university, some people go for the masters. Let's go for the masters. 20 minutes a day. And some people go for the PhD. 60 minutes a day. And I believe it's Jack Canfield's saying, but I could be wrong, but it isn't mine, it is someone's. And it's very, very valuable. And it is your hour of power. 60 minutes, 1 hour. If 60 minutes sounds too much, let's call it 1 hour. Your hour of power. So, grade school, 5 minutes. Graduate, 10 minutes. Master's, 20 minutes. PhD, 60 minutes. Easy peasy. Not easy peasy to start. Nothing ever is. You have to go through hard to get to easy, but it will be worth it. And every day you will be challenged. And there'll be days when you don't make it through. And that's okay. Life is messy. And we just got to live it the best that we can. So what is the hour of power? The hour of power is 20 minutes meditating, or whatever you want to call your type of meditation. Excuse me, 20 minutes of reading and 20 minutes of exercise. None of it has to be hard. We aren't talking about kneeling down and praying for 20 minutes straight. We aren't talking about reading a book you don't want to read. Everything has to have value to you and benefit you and make you feel better and be more in the moment. So how do we go from mindless and mindful to mindful? We just slow down. We stop doing and we feel into being. Take that first 5 minutes, whether it's at the beginning of your day, before lunch, after lunch, the end of the day, before you go to bed. You find your time, because only you can decide what will work for you. So what are some of the tools? This one I wanted to show you is the 5-minute journal. It is honestly only 5 minutes. 1 page per day. So it's the 3 things you're grateful for, what would make today great, the daily affirmation, highlight of the day, and then what did I learn today? Incorporating this into your daily routine will for sure make a difference. Even if you only do this and nothing else, you will notice that you become more in tune with what is going on in the world around you and what's going on inside yourself, and how you are feeling, how you are reacting to the world and to yourself. Be grateful. You just can't be grateful and unhappy at the same time. It just won't work. It's like it's impossible. When I first heard that, it was like, yeah, right. But it's true. If you stop and you be grateful for just one thing or 3 things, you'll find that you just aren't unhappy. It just isn't there. Doesn't mean the struggles are going to go away. Doesn't mean the inconveniences will stop. Doesn't mean your outer world will change. But what will show results is in you and in your heart. Affirmations. I've become a real Jack Canfield fan. And if you're not familiar with Jack Canfield, he is the Chicken Soup for the Soul author. And his writings, his programs, his chicken books are all amazing. But I had never read any of his other books other than the Chicken Soup until not that long ago. So Jack has a success affirmations book. And if you're stuck on the 5-minute journal, like I was when I first started, it's so much easier to open his book and just use it like a cheat sheet. It just works. So it's another book I recommend. Gazing into a crystal. How could you not be in the moment when you sit and you look into that crystal and you find all the little inclusions and you take into account all the little planes and then look for the little messages or the pictures. I love to look for little fairies and unicorns and rainbows and all that fun stuff in my crystals. 5 minutes with a crystal, it would make a huge difference in your day. Take the time to have a really quiet coffee or tea. Make a little spot where you can take your coffee, make it into a ceremony. Special cup, take your coffee, take your tea, curl up in a certain area of your home, favorite blanket, and honestly just sit with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea and really, really take the time to enjoy that tea, that coffee. Smell it. Feel the steam from the cup on your skin. Watch the swirls after you take a sip. Feel the ceramic or the stoneware of that cup. Let all your senses become part of that moment with that cup of tea or cup of coffee. Oracle cards are another great way to put yourself in the moment. Take your moments, shuffle your cards. Then when you're ready, stop, pull your card, and look at it. Observe the image. What do you see? What's there that calls to you? What resonates with you? Before you read the message, sit with your mind and let the card speak to you. See what it's telling you. Getting outside in nature or with your plants. You could, if you're where it's very, very cold, then have a little indoor plant area and take a few minutes each day just to kind of check them, make sure they've got enough water, they got enough light, no leaves need removing. 5 minutes, and you have put yourself in just the moment. You're not thinking about what you have to do next. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not thinking about the bills that are piling up. You're just in that moment. Oils can also be a great tool. I love anything citrus, but you can pick your own. So you can do something as simple as just take the few minutes to sniff it, put a couple drops in your hand, rub your hands together, get the energy moving, breathe it in. And then throughout the day, there'll still be a little bit of a lingering of your oils. It will really, really help. Smell, whenever you are doing anything, so just all of our senses, whether you're making supper or repotting a plant, be aware of your senses. Or making coffee. What does the coffee smell like coming out of the can or the package? What does it feel like? What does it look like? And what's it going to taste like? Be very, very involved in as many things as you can. And I know life gets in the way, and we all know that. And we have responsibilities. We have things we have to do. But just try for 5 minutes to start to just really be mindful of one or two things a day. And then as you get more confident and more comfortable, make it a little bit longer. It doesn't have to be all at once. Just make it work for you. Reading, if you can, even if it's just 2 minutes, first thing in the morning or at the end of the day, read something that makes you happy, that brings you into the moment. Another book I'm going to mention is Jack Canfield's The Success Principles. I initially thought this was only a business book. Well, I have come to use it in so many areas of my life. So you will find it really beneficial, whether it's in your business, your career, family, relationships, your community. He has the principles that he has in this book are phenomenal and they're life-changing. Meditating is almost like a dynamite word for some people. There's people who meditate very easily. There's people who say, I can't sit still long enough. I'm not an person. I can't do this. Everybody can meditate in some form or another. Find what is your meditating. It could be that you go into the garden and pull the weeds. That might be your meditation. It might be that you go for a walk. You a walking meditate or a swim. Maybe you do knitting or crocheting, and that's your meditation time. Or maybe you sit quietly. Maybe you use guided meditations. Two things, another book, as you can see, I love to read. This one is Wherever You Go, There You Are. It's got some great meditations in it. And if you don't want to read the whole book, there's lots of little exercises sprinkled here and there throughout. I'm a big fan of guided meditations. And two of my favorites are Colette Baron Reid's Get on Your Bird. I'm pretty sure you can get that in the App Store. And Denise Linn's Your Inner Journey, guided meditation, Inner Journey guided meditation. Two of my very, very most favorites. But find someone who you love or like, or their voice resonates with you, and try out a couple guided meditations. You'll be surprised at the difference that they can make for you. Journaling. People are either yeah, I love to journal, or nope, no journal for me. So we want to make sure it works in your life. If you love to journal, just start journaling. Don't even worry about what you're going to write. Just start writing and the rest will come. Breath work. That's a big one. So the deep breathing, breathe in to 3, hold for 4, and out for 3, or however your numbers work for you. Visualization. This is amazing. You can visualize anything you want, and it can be right there. It will make you feel 1,000 times better. And it puts you right in the very moment, right now, right here. Writing. Is there a book in you? That would be amazing. There isn't anything that can't be published today. You can self-publish. You can do an ebook. And if you don't like writing, but you know you have a book in you or you have a story, then record it and have it transcribed. Super easy, really, really affordable. And there you are. Creativity, crafts, gardening, those are all in the moment things. As you sit and knit each stitch, you're thinking about that stitch. You're thinking about what you're doing, and you're in that moment. Whether you're taking a shower or washing the dishes, feel the water as it runs over your hands or your body. Try to smell it. Sound is another very big one. So if you love music, try drumming, singing bowls, solitudes, the music you can get on Alexa, like nature sounds or sound waves. Put yourself in this very moment, the right now. Yoga, any kind of exercise. But if you don't like exercise, then there's alternatives. Yoga, stretching, qigong. Put the images that you would love to visualize on your fridge, on your mirror, to remind you to go into that moment. Do a vision board. Get journals that are pre-stamped, like the one I showed you, the 5-minute journal, where it gives you the prompts. Super easy. Make your own journal. Be creative. Make it gorgeous. Make it fun. Use crystals. Talk to the angels and the fairies. Be in the moment with them. Be in the moment. Pay attention to the spirits and your spirit guides. Become in tune with the elements. Air, wind, earth, fire. Feel the elements. When you go outside, feel the wind in your face. Smell the fire. See the fire. You want to take the time to just be in the moment. It won't be all day long, so start small. Two of my favorite tools is to make a want to do list. So if you're a huge list builder, here's 2 tools that you will love. One is my want to do list. And the other one is I don't need to do this list. Make those 2 lists. Clear out some of the stuff that you've got banging around in your head. Clutter clear with intention all that extra stuff that's in your head. Make room for mindfulness, not mindful, mindfulness. So to recap, I just want to remind you, start where you are, start small, 5 minutes a day. Everybody has 5 minutes a day, somewhere in their day. Even if it means you have to get up 5 minutes earlier or go to bed 5 minutes later. Make that 5 minutes. You will thank yourself. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. Your spirit will thank you. You will see results. 5 minutes a day to start. And when you're ready, 10 minutes a day. And when you're ready, 20 minutes a day. And then when you're ready, your hour of power. If that takes you 1 month, 6 months, 3 months, or a year, let it work for you. I challenge you to try it. And I dare you not to settle for a mindful or a mindless life. There's so much out there, and you have so much value, and you will fall in love with mindfulness. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you next week, to maybe hearing about some of your wins. We'll celebrate, give you more tools, exercises, challenges, and I hope you have a fabulous week. Crystal love. I'll see you on Midlife Magic next week. Take care.